Final race on Wednesday night then, race number 9. We finish off with a Class 3. It's over the 1,200 metres and 12 of them will head to post. Headed by a Joyful Union. Barrier 12 for him, course and distance winner in March. First up here, fantastic feeling, a 6th-time course and distance winner, drops in class as well. Reliable Team up in class. He was 2 from 2 in Class 4 last season. Best Alliance, drop in trip. He's first up for the season too. Shining Ace for John Size and Karis Teaton, a 2-time course and distance winner. Joe Moreira, though, rides Letawa, who comes up in class on the back of his good year last year. Now, Most Beautiful, Endearing and Shining Ace are the horses that have been up at Chung Fa in the last month. We've made our way to the touchscreen to have a look at the speed map and some key races here as well, Brett. And Reliable Team showed some pace last year. You can see he's got quite a wide draw here, so he'll have to overcome that and show a bit of pace again if he's going to find the front.
He will. I think overall there's not a huge amount of speed in the race. That's why we've got good to slow as the option. So Reliable Team will most likely spring out of the gates and try and get across in front of Le Terroir, who can kick up. And I think Joe's probably likely to take the sit on Zach if he can. Shining Ace will certainly hold a forward spot. And then of the rest of the field, if you sort of look back, there's not a lot of pace in the race. Endearing, I think, potentially can sort of hunt up and be close. Best Alliance is an interesting runner in the race for me. Harrier Jet will be looking to slot in, and Fantastic Feeling might have to go all the way back. Poor old Joyful Union's drawn 12, so you'd think they'd slot back with him. So I think Reliable Team, should he step cleanly, can gather up the lead and make the race his own if he wants.
All right, he's unbeaten so far. What have you seen at the track work, Paul?
Joyful Union is the first one we'll have a look at. He did get back at his last start and ran on nice enough. I don't think they have much choice here from barrier 12, will they? And you can see he's under a good hold here as he comes down. He looks like he's done enough work and he looks good. Harrier Jet generally looks well in the mornings. There's no exception here once again. He's only a 2-time winner from his 43 starts. He's very consistent on a place line though, but just hard to get his nose in front at times. But his work's been really good. And the last one we're going to have a look at here is Letawa. Now, he goes nicely here in the mornings. Nice piece of work from him. Comes in with a lightweight. And once he got to Happy Valley, he really showed his true form.
Yeah, he was fine last year. Let's start off, though, with Reliable Team. He's only had 2 starts. They've both been at Happy Valley. So this is him at the back end of last season. And he was getting to the front and controlling things and looked pretty dominant.
Yep, he's a nice horse, there's no doubt about that. He's had 2 starts for 2 wins, and he does look progressive. He's on a rating of 70. You can see Zach Purton here get stuck into him, and he lengthens away. California Gung Ho was doing the chasing. He came out, ran well, obviously, first up, winning, put a space in them. So, you know, look, he's a very talented young horse, and if he's come on in the off-season, then he's going to be the likely favourite, and deservedly so.
Yeah, I think it's going to be tough to beat. I think even with that wide draw, he can get across. He's had wide draws in the past. Genetics are an interesting thing, Brett, aren't they? With a Reliable Team being by a Reliable Man, and obviously him being a stayer himself, and he's running over 1,200 here.
Well, he got better and better the further he went in that replay, as we saw. Yeah. So I think in time they will step him up.
And Zach did say last week as well, he was due to run then, that ultimately he might be looking for a little bit further. That's Joyful Union circled, Shining Ace, Harrier Jet, and Shining Gem down the centre.
The Joyful Union, this is the race I was talking about. It was well back last year on the turn and stormed home nicely for 4th. So it was a good eye-catching run from him. You can see Shining Team in the middle. Fantastic feeling. He always runs a good race. Again, another one getting into the veteran stage, but he's won off similar ratings before. And look, at some good runs from these horses.
Yeah, I think Joyful Union is probably the most interesting runner in the race outside of Reliable Team, but he's got top weight and barrier 12. Yeah. It makes it hard. He's going to need a lot of luck from there. Shining Ace does give the impression that potentially he can improve. That was his first run we're looking at there in this grade. He's had the off-season underneath his belt. Low barrier. Karis Teaton on. He'd be one for the exotics.
All right, we'll keep moving. Endearing's the next one we're going to have a look at. This is him at the first up this season behind Invincible Missile.
This was a good run, I thought. You can keep your eye on him. He was actually blocked at the 150. He was just starting to build the revs. This is quite a strong race. Invincible Missile, Victorian was in this as well. Solar YY. There's quite a lot of nice progressive horses in this. Endearing is a horse that has won at the Valley before. I like the barrier gate number 2. And second up, first up, he's often been good. You can see him getting to the line there. Now, if he can sit on the back of a Reliable Team, I'm giving him a little sniff here. At a price?
Well, John Moore's horses have coming on for the run, so he has had that run under his belt.
That was King of Hearts in that race as well, finishing down the field. He came out and
yeah.
won on the weekend. Le Terroir is the next one that we'll have a look at here. We're at the trials with Le Terroir.
As Paul mentioned, he had a good season last time once he got to the Valley. He had one go in Class 3 in his career. That was a long time ago. Now he gets another crack after a very good end of the season. Trialled well coming in. Barrier 1, lightweight. There's plenty of ticks to suggest he should be able to potentially give a reliable team a run for his money. They're not dissimilar, in fact, except one's had more starts than the other.
Yeah, he looks the hardest to beat for the favourite, I think. He comes in, he's got a lot of favours, as you mentioned, and does like Happy Valley. Nice trial.
All right, OK. That's the clues. The favourite is reliable team to remain unbeaten, Paul.
Yeah, I think he will too. I think he's a really nice progressive horse, this horse. He's 2 from 2. His work's been good. And Frankie Law's team's hitting the straps now. Le Terroir, the hardest to beat. Joyful Union from the back. And fantastic feelings, very consistent. And does run really well here at Happy Valley, as we know. He was getting on in age as an 8-year-old, but I still think he'll run quite nicely. So he ended up with 6, 12, 1 and 2, but like the 6.
It is his first go in Class 3, reliable team, and there's been a decent break between those wins and his first up start. So I'm going to go with Endearing, who's got a run underneath his belt at an each-way price from Le Terroir, reliable team, and Joyful Union. There's not going to be a lot of money on price around reliable teams, so I'm going to play a little cheap trio there, double bankering 4 and 12 and leaving the 6 out of the banker side of it and throwing a few others in at a wild price. So that's how I've sort of gone with it.
Yeah, I think reliable team's probably the one to beat, but there's going to be some juicy odds about others around as well. OK, as far as the stats are concerned, heading into this meeting, Paul, who are we looking at here?
We're going to look at Zach here at Happy Valley. Here's his 1,200 metre record. He's had 194 rides over the 1,200 metres, 47 wins, 38 seconds, 19 thirds since the 2017-18 season, 54%. Amazing strike rate, that. And he's got reliable team in the last.
All right, OK. There you go. He's the one to watch in the final event. As far as you're concerned, though, Paul, what is the best bet on the
program? We'll go forward. The horse earlier on, Family Leader, race 4, number 3. I think he can lead and dictate. He's had that run under his belt. It was a really strong run from there, and he's a winner at Happy Valley. Just won off a lot higher ratings before, and I think he's improved in the off-season. He is getting on in age, so he's in the twilight of his career, but I still think there's another win in there for him. And he'll play the QQPs in that race with a couple of the favourites, Win and Last King.
135 for Paul in his play of the day. Smart Leader, race 7, number 5. I think he can win again for Joe Moreira. Race 7, number 5. That'll be the first leg of the treble with a 9-race card. And a pair of fires, my long shot. Second up, back to the Valley, Generous Heart. Matthew Poon and Dennis Yip. Race number 6, California Argent, Frustrated and Aquila, QQP, 2-6-11.
And that is my best bet, Aquila. Lightweight, reasonable draw. I think you can jump and run, much as did last season. Joe Moran in the saddle, and Cheeky B, Karis Teaton and Tony Miller teamed up for a win on the weekend, and hopefully they can again there at Oz. Happy Time taking you further, and Cheeky B, the QQP in race number 3. Worth pointing out, Brett, just seeing Matthew Poon there with the £2 claim now. He already his 95th winner on the weekend, so he's dropped down from the 3 to the 2.
Seems like only a few weeks ago that he arrived here. Yeah. 95 winners already. So job well done.
Yeah, he's on the 100. Really well, hasn't he?
All right, Wednesday night, Tuesday next for us, National Day.
And the big boy, the boss, as the Jockey Club are calling him in their Twitter page, which is fair enough too. Beauty Generation trialled enormous this morning.
He did at Athero as well, in the same trial, and he did win the trial. So all things being equal, look forward to seeing them.
All right, well, that's the show. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll count your company again at Happy Valley, when we will be racing to win.
Good night.
Good night.